This is the All Things Nerd Podcast, Season 4, Episode 24 on tonight's cast. Lots of trailer reactions, Bill and Ted 3, Doom Patrol Season 2, and Eurovision. Yeah, we'll get into that one. Also, we're going to be touching on SDCC, San Diego Comic-Con at Home, and PS5, the PlayStation 5's big reveal. That and let's see if you guys can find the cat when we get to it. Much, much more. Here's the intro. Hello to all the Geek Enthusiasts and Nerd Aficionados. This is Mess 5150, welcoming you back to another All Things Nerd podcast, recorded live every Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern on Twitch, twitch.tv/Malice Corp. Come join the fun. Come be a part of the party. Let's talk nerd, geek, and pop culture with each other. We start this podcast out by a little thing that we call getting your geek on.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Getting your geek on is what we've been doing for the last week to keep our sanity, to keep going on and doing stuff when we're just sitting at home or, you know, not sitting at home but don't have anything else to do.
Who's not sitting at home?
I have to work. I'm not sitting at home. So,
oh, sorry.
My geek out. State of Play, PlayStation has their big sale going on right now, and I went and looked through that and caught 5 games that were under $20 that I thought, hey, this is a really good deal. So I finally picked up Madden 2020 because I didn't want to buy it when it first came out because I was still playing the last Madden and got sick of replenishing as soon as they came out.
I'm still stuck on Madden 98.
I think Madden 06 was the last one I bought.
I got Shadow of the Tomb Raider, so the most recent Tomb Raider game. I really like the rebuilds that they've done with the new series of those games. Picked up Days Gone, Vampire, and a Plague Story, I think it's called, which looks pretty cool. So 5 games under $100. It's really cool. Also, if you have PlayStation Plus, that's on sale right now as well, and it does stack. So you may want to purchase it now as opposed to waiting for your renewal, because then you can save money. So, yeah, that's what my geek out has been so far. I haven't played the games yet because they're all downloading onto my hard drive still. I played a little bit of Madden because it lets you play early, and I played a preseason game. That's it. That's what I've done. We also have a bearded master joining us on the cast. What have you been geeking out on?
A little bit of everything. This week I have actually started playing WWE 2K20 again. Haven't played it in a while, so I figured turn it back on and start playing it. And then other than that, haven't been really watching much. I've been going through Disney Plus and watching up on 90s cartoons, you know, Spider-Man, X-Men, watching those, and then watching all the old Disney cartoons. I think we watched like 6 of the old cartoons, the Buena Vista distributed type ones over the last couple of days. That's kind of where I've been sitting. And then other than that, watching my wrestling all week long.
So, which Disney cartoons?
Like Aristocats and Jungle Books and the Aladdin and Robin Hood and like all the older original, like the Buena Vista distributed ones, not the before they were Disney.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's awesome.
Rescuers.
Cool. Nice. Is that on Disney Plus that you're watching them, or?
Yeah. I was watching those all on Disney Plus.
Cool. Awesome. Lastly on this cast, it's a small one. We have Masonic Vader. What have you been geeking out on?
And we are the 3 amigos. No, I was kidding. I was going to do the dance, but I'm not.
I was going to say, we got to do the dance. Got to do the dance.
We're the 3 amigos.
Oh man,
Unsynchronized, totally.
Yeah, totally. That's the non-comedic part of us coming out. It's, you know what, it's been kind of an interesting week for me too. I've been looking through a lot of the PlayStation games and stuff. I actually went and did not buy anything on sale yet. I don't know why, but I did. I did buy, however, a new game I started playing. Malice I'd mentioned it to Malice last week. He said he was playing it, said it was good. It's called Elite Dangerous, and it's a game that's been out, I think, about 3 years now. And I just found it the other day because I guess one of my buddies from Nebraska recommended it on the network, so on the PlayStation Network. So I checked it out, and I kid you not, for like 4 days, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? You know, Stranger, I did the Stranded Deep game, and I like it, but it needs to get caught up. So I kind of got that burn of I just bought a game, and do I want to buy another one and find out something else is going wrong with it? So fortunately, it's a great game, and I've been getting lost in it. It reminds me a lot of a game that I used to play called Freelancer, and it's a fun game. So I'm enjoying it a lot. And we're also catching up on some 90s cartoons like Bearded Master was. We already hit all the Marvel stuff, but we were checking out some of the other actually some newer Marvel cartoon ones. They had like the Future Avengers and everything, so we've been checking out that. That's not bad, except the ending music sucks. Yeah, it's really horrible. Check it out sometime. Other than that, though, that's it. I hope I rambled long enough for you. I'm gonna take a swig now.
Nice. Yeah, that was a ramble. And I like how we were both like cleanly shaven last week, and now both of us are like,
seriously, man. Like went through a whole razor last week, and boom, it's back like within a week.
Yeah, but
everybody knows my situation. I know why your situation. Mine's just I had to do it. So
this is 2 days of growth because I just haven't been shaving for 2 days because I've been off work. So that's it. Okay, we got a big cast this week. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, mainly because there was a 57-minute, whatever it was, video that came out yesterday to get into and dive into when we get into it. So let's get right into this show. This is called In a World.
In a city, in a town, in a world, they thought they had it all figured out. But there was one thing they didn't plan on.
In a World is our trailer reactions. These are the trailers that came out this week that we thought were kind of fun or stupid or just somebody had to talk about them. So we're going to start off with the big one that finally came out, that we've been talking about this movie since they first announced that it was in the works, that it was going to be made. And then every little news and note that has come out with it, we've stayed there with it, talking about it and our reactions and our thoughts. We finally got our first trailer for Bill and Ted Face the Music, Bill and Ted 3. Just a little synopsis. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Tomato. Keep going.
Of what happens in the trailer. You little backlog of what we were expected to happen with Bill and Ted, that they write the perfect song that brings all of peace and the world together. But it turns out that they haven't actually written it, and the world has gone to hell. So now Bill and Ted need to get that perfect song written. They've been spending 24 years trying to figure out the perfect song, and they decide, hey, let's steal it from ourselves. It's not stealing if it's ourselves. So they keep going to different timelines where they wrote different songs to try and find the perfect song. And then we get a lot of comedic stuff popping up in there, including the mention of tacos, which our producer Jack Malice loves anytime that tacos are mentioned in there. $2 taco night. That's a great night. What'd you guys think of the trailer?
Well, first of all, it sounds like it's real to life because everything's going to hell, right? I mean, we need that song to get produced quick. I liked it. I was really excited about it. It's kind of weird looking and seeing Keanu Reeves and not seeing John Wick beard. That's really it's dangerously close to Henry Cavill and Potato Face. It's crazy, but it's awesome. I love the trailer. I love that it gave us some of that essence of Bill and Ted without going overboard. That it gave us some comedy without giving too much away. It was nice to see a cameo or two, or at least the one that I saw in there. Yeah, I'm truly excited. It really caught Bill and Ted as it was, and it almost feels like it kind of forgot, other than the cameo, kind of bogus journeyed out of Bogus Journey and went right back to number one, because I really liked the first one versus the second. This has that feel for the first one.
Okay, what about you, Bearded?
I absolutely love it. Bill and Ted's I love those two movies. Yeah, I'm the same way. But the first one was definitely better than the second one. This is gonna be great, man. I've been waiting for this ever since they announced that they were even in the talks to even make the movie. I've been waiting for it. It's obviously giving us a Keanu we haven't been seeing for the last half decade or so. And then we get Alex Winters back, and it's just, I think that they look fantastic for this role. I think Alex Winters just felt like he just walked right back into the role he was already in. Looks like it might be a little bit of a stretch and work for Keanu to be Ted, but I think it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see what happens. I've been looking forward to this all year long. So I hope they give us more trailers without giving too much away, but just enough to where it just keeps that palette going. And I hope that with this soundtrack, I guarantee it's going to be a great soundtrack, that the theaters are opened in time to watch it in a theater.
I'm sure I mean, they just delayed Wonder Woman to October, so I'm sure that'll be happening because the theaters will start opening this weekend. So,
right.
Speaking of people that had other thoughts of the trailer, joining us in the chat room, Cannon Fodder 691 with a 2-month subscription. Thank you, Cannon Fodder, for subscribing to the channel. We also have Ruru2 joining us, and we have Red Walrus joining us in the chat room. Ruru2 did not care for this trailer. He said they're in their mid-50s, but they're still acting like dumb 20-year-olds. I had that feeling as well when I first watched it, but then I watched it a second time and I was like, okay, I just had to get the expecting more out of my head. And it makes sense for those characters. They are who they are. There's no reason for them to grow.
Exactly. That's right there. There's no reason that you should have thought that either one of them were going to mature into, productive society or citizens of society.
Yeah, it's kind of like they graduated in high school. They were like that, and it's kind of like they were high schoolers and they were graduating from 5th grade. I mean, that's the personality you want out of them. That's what you expect out of it. If I saw Bill and Ted as stay-at-home dads or any type of corporate work or anything like that, I would probably be shitting on that damn trailer right now. I really would. So to hear them talking the way they're supposed to, like I said, I think the only thing that really throws a lot of people off is that Keanu has been so successful since Bill and Ted and doing everything opposite of that movie in a sense, I mean, from The Matrix to Wick, that you kind of forget that when he started in acting, his first major roles were comedic and kind of like surferish and kind of like a laid back kind of personality. And now we've seen everything, like I said, now we've seen Wick where he's just killing people left and right, capping them and killing them, that you're now getting what he's going back to his origins in a sense. And it's, to me, I think it's actually kind of cool. It's one of those rarities in acting. And I think I've said this before with Keanu. He's a rarity in the industry where he has no problems going back to doing this or anything, or doing things that he wants to do, because he's that type of guy. He's down to earth. He rides the bus. I mean, he does stuff like that. He's one of us who just makes a crap load of money and we wish we could borrow some from him. So, or at least hang out with him on a weekend, dude, because he seems like he'd be really cool to party with.
That's what's awesome about this is the fact that, you know that he's making this movie because he wants to make this movie. He's not making this movie because he has to. He's not making the movie for the money. He's making this movie because he loves the character. Like, he said that in the past. I mean, just look, within the next year, we're going to have him playing Ted, and then we're going to get John Wick and Neo in the same year.
Yeah.
Like, just think about that. So those are the movies that are making the money, and those are the, things that franchise built. But Bill and Ted, that's a character and a role he made and has loved. And that's why, one thing about Keanu is you can always tell when he's into a role, you get the best acting from him. And so the fact that this is a role he wants to be in and play, it's just going to elevate what we get out of him for this movie.
A couple more things from the chat room. Jack Malice, our producer, said speaking evil of Keanu is a banning offense and has asked for a vote to ban Vader, which we all said no, apparently, because nobody said aye. Cannon Fodder is looking forward to seeing the movie, and Super Hoovian joins us in the chat room with she can't call us the Bearded Wonders anymore. No, not not right now, but eventually after the masks pass and Santa Claus shows up. So
the mask isn't that bad, man. It's not as bad as you think it is.
How much evil of Keanu? Did I say something bad about Keanu?
I don't know. I think you were talking about when you were talking about his chin looking weird without John Wick beard.
The taco goes in your mouth, not in your ears, dude. Okay, you gotta hear. But now something you mentioned, Bearded, that kind of made me think about this. So you know, we think about his film, his whole life and career in film. That he started, you know, Bill and Ted, and then Matrix, and then and John Wick. Now he's going back and doing Bill, Ted, and then hopefully the Matrix Neo comes out second, and because then he's doing two circles.
They're coming out the same weekend.
Yeah.
They're slated to come out the same day.
Oh my gosh, man!
It's full circle. Whoa.
Circle.
Did he sneak in SpongeBob somewhere there too?
He's the Sage.
Yeah, he's gonna be the Sage.
Yeah.
He was also had a cameo in a Netflix movie recently, and
Yeah, I just saw that.
it's Keanu. He's everywhere, and he does
You're
everything
Keanu.
at a high level. It's never mind. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, it's
Jack Malice. I'm not gonna do it.
It's the year of Keanu. So we get Keanu everywhere. And also welcome Kat Sadao into the chat room. He said, "Don't forget the SpongeBob movie. He is Tumbleweed. Yes, he's Sage. That's what we were saying."
He is Sage, who is also named Sage.
Yes.
He is also named Sage.
Cannon Potter says the movie's going to be breathtaking because you're all breathtaking. And Jack asked if you said he looks like a potato head. Which no, that was Superman in Justice League.
Oh, I got you. He heard in between crunching of the tacos. Gotcha. All right, gotcha.
Oh, he said he looked like a potato head without the John Wick beard. Okay, that's what it was. Okay.
No,
I don't know.
Whatever.
All right.
Keep crunching your tacos, man. Keep crunching your tacos.
Let's move on to the next trailer. The next trailer that we saw was the season 2 trailer for Doom Patrol. And it was released by HBO Max, not DC Universe. So, because they have Doom Patrol over on HBO Max, and I guess DC Universe is going to end up becoming defunct maybe at some point with things going the way they're going. I don't know, but yeah, the trailer showed us Timothy Dalton. Looks like it's focusing mainly on Timothy Dalton's daughter, as well as Elastigirl deciding if she wants to stay with the team, and then being. It seemed a lot more lighthearted this time around for the trailer.
Well, it looked like to me with Elastigirl, she was actually trying to use her powers, actually trying to, figure it out rather than hate it and run away from it. So it looks like maturing of the character, or like one step closer to accepting.
Yeah. That's what and trying to actually, use her powers. I mean,
I didn't see her wanting to run away from the team, though. That's what I thought you were trying to say at first.
Well, no, she did say that. She did kind of say that in the trailer of like, well, this is my family, and I don't know if I should stick around or try. It's
definitely like a coming of age for it's into whether she's going to realize that this is where she should be, or whether or not it's where she wants to be, or knows it's best to be. It's definitely going to be like an awakening story arc for her.
I liked what I saw in the Doom Patrol. I really did. I like the fact that they brought all the characters back. It looks like there's going to be some interesting scenarios that go in this one, because it's a crazy series to begin with. So I like the fact that they're sticking with it. And I like the fact that HBO Max isn't trying to do something different, because unfortunately, whenever you get something that takes it over, they try to put their own spin in it. And for me, right off the bat, they look like they were trying to put some kind of spin, change a character, or add something stupid that would totally just pee all over the first series, or first season. So I just need to get HBO Max apparently so I could watch it.
Like I said, they just look like they're getting a lot more lighthearted with this one as well. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. What'd you think, Bearded?
Yeah, no, I didn't watch season 1, so I kind of watched the trailer blind, and I enjoyed it. It really did catch my attention, and the characters they have in it, to where I went back and watched the season 1 trailer just to kind of see what was going on there. And the fact that it's on HBO Max, now that I can go back and I can watch that whole season. So knowing that that's there, that makes it easy to where I can go and get another subscription or like that to try to catch up. I already have it, so it makes it easy. But I'll probably actually end up doing that over the next week. Because the trailer for the new season looks absolutely great. It looks like a fantastic show to watch. There's a lot of things that are out there that are comic based or comic characters, or they want to do things like this, and it doesn't come off right. And to me, it's kind of the intrigue is there, but will I follow through? And this is actually one of them when I feel like I will follow through with watching it. Yeah,
it's a really cool series, because I think it's in a way DC's way of trying to tap into something like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like when they announced Guardians of the Galaxy, everyone was like, what's going on? And we didn't really have any expectations, or we didn't understand the expectations. And then we see Guardians of the Galaxy, we're like, holy crap. Same thing with Doom Patrol. It's got that off-key, like there's one character that everyone knows because it's Cyborg. Everybody else are people that, if you're not familiar with the comic, that you're getting to know. And it's just the total off-centered, like, wow, this is a crazy-ass series. And the characters they all have, the actors that are portraying them, are all, like, spot on. You'll like the first, I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head, but he played K9. KS9.
Alan Tudyk.
Thank you. Yeah, he's great in the first season. Hopefully, he comes back for the second. So
yeah, he's the protagonist. In
the
first season.
So you'll like it a lot, Bearded Master. It's a great.
Yeah, and then once I saw that, the cat Brendan Fraser. I love Brendan Fraser, and once I saw that he's in, I'm like, oh, all right, this is awesome.
I get a lie though. Brendan Fraser looks rough, dude.
Yeah, I noticed that. I saw that.
He looks rough, man. Hollywood did him dirty, apparently. I don't know, man. He's rough.
He didn't like, yeah, he had retired fully. But okay, last trailer to talk about is Eurovision Song Contest Story of Fire Saga. You may have seen a viral video of Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams dressed up like Vikings, kind of singing a crazy song. And it was a trailer for this at first. And now we got a full trailer with the actual story. They're playing an Icelandic singing group called Fire Saga that is going to Eurovision. Eurovision, if you don't know what that is huge. It's a huge singing competition. Take American Idol and like times it by 50. This is Eurovision. It's massive. And yeah, we get a comedy about it. Will Ferrell's character is trying to impress both his hometown and his father, played by Pierce Brosnan. And there's a little bit of not love interest between Rachel McAdams and Will Ferrell, and your general Will Ferrell comedy in this. Thoughts, guys, on the trailer?
Where the fudge did this come from, man? Wow. Like I like Will Ferrell a lot, and there's hardly anything I can't watch of his, just because his comedy is just, I've liked him since SNL. This one just came out of right field, man. I never heard. I didn't see that initial video that you were mentioning about it.
2-3 weeks ago that it came out.
Yeah, I did not see that. I just saw this. Like I thought it was a sci-fi picture for a second with the way that the picture was on with the freaking like Blade Runner sunglasses there or something. And I watch it, I'm like, holy crap, this is like Will Ferrell. This is one of Will Ferrell's characters from Saturday Night Live that's made it like movie-wise. It's what you come to expect. Expectation-wise, though, I don't know. I know I've read up on it. There might be a lot of negative feedback from it. I never listen to critics when it comes to wanting to go see a movie. I'll go see a movie if I want to see it. Right now, I don't have that urge right now to see it yet. I don't know. I'll watch the trailer again, but I don't know. It just came out right field for me, and it isn't connected with me yet.
Bearded.
So yeah, came out of nowhere. Like what they do in this movie is crazy. I have a theory on Will Ferrell. I feel that for every one movie he does good, he's forced to make 10 horrible movies, and this is one of those quota making movies for him.
Really?
It's good. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
Here.
I feel like it's going to be I'm going to like, but it'll be a movie that I watch maybe once every 5 years. It honestly looks like Chad Michael just became a singer and retired from ice skating, and wants to be a Thor cover band.
Yes, I saw the Thor cover band. Yeah,
like I don't know, man.
All right,
it's going to be a stretch for me.
So okay, one, I think it looks good, but two, you've got Rachel McAdams in it, and she's pretty good about picking the movies that she's a part of.
Is she?
She is. I like her films. So.
She's got some good ones.
Everyone's got some good ones, apparently. It's just how many get weighed out by the crappy ones. I don't know.
You've got Dan Stevens playing a lookalike for oh God, Wham! He even makes the joke in it that George Michael has got this George Michael lookalike to him. Demi Lovato's in there somewhere. So I
gotta say, Pierce Bronson's looking good in his old age, though.
Yeah,
man.
Pierce Bronson.
It's the gray beard.
And here's the synopsis by Netflix, because it's a Netflix film. Lars Eriksson, okay, it's actually Will Ferrell, and Sigrid Eriksdottir, and yes, that is Rachel McAdams, perform Volcano Man for the new film Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga, debuting on Netflix June 26th. That's their synopsis. So even they're having some fun tongue-in-cheek with it. But I don't know. I think this looks freaking hilarious, especially after seeing the actual story basis of it versus the video that I saw first of just the song.
I mean, in all fairness, a lot of his movies look freaking hilarious, and then you watch him and it's kicking and screaming.
Yeah, you saw most of the good stuff in the trailer.
I know this is the unpopular opinion, but Semi-Pro wasn't as good as everyone thinks it is.
No,
and
Semi-Pro didn't look great to me.
The trailer
didn't look great to me.
But the trailer looked awesome, and the movie was not even close to it. So just say, the trailers are meant to capture attention, and they don't always do it in the payoff.
Jack says Will Ferrell movies are 100% hit or miss, either amazing or just bad. So he's agreeing with you guys, which I agree on that fact. I think this one looks great though. And yeah,
what I think is I don't know, maybe people that appreciate the like you said, America's Got Talent or American Idol, if they appreciate that type of genre or they watch the show, they probably will like this movie because it obviously is spoofing off of it and stuff. I like I said, this came out of right field. I will probably give it a go. It probably is going to take a lot of egging, and I don't even know if I'll make it through the entire film.
The positive side, it's on Netflix, so you don't have to go nowhere to watch it.
That's true. That's true. I can watch it in 10-minute blocks. Yeah.
Beacon joined us in the chat room because I'm Jackie Moon and I'm gonna wrestle a bear.
Beacon,
the Semi-Pro.
One of the things I like about Semi-Pro is I played arena football and one of the teams was actually from Flint, so that was the only cool thing I liked.
Do you guys know? Do you have recognition? Do you know what Eurovision is? Have you seen any of how crazy that contest is?
I haven't.
I think that's maybe what.
I think I saw something. I don't know how many years ago. I might have read something on it. I think when American Idol came out or when it was 10 years, whatever it is, they might have mentioned that it was a ripoff. American Idol was a ripoff of Eurovision or something.
But it's at a much smaller scale. And I think that's why maybe I like the look of this more than you guys because I know what Eurovision is. I know how epic it is. I know, so.
Which goes back to what Ken was saying in regards to those who have kind of been following this kind of universe will find more intrigue in that compared to those who are kind of disassociated with it.
Yeah. And Rutu says Epic Sax Man is from Eurovision.
Okay, I might give that a gander then. All right.
Very much smaller cast tonight, Squirrelboy Nemo. Thank you for joining the cast. The other thing that had me really excited for this on the trailer, Graham Norton in there. I haven't seen Graham Norton in a movie anywhere.
Yeah.
And I love Graham Norton, so that gives me really high hopes.
I totally saw that. And I was like, yes, dude, he's finally getting a break. I mean, like I see all of his Graham Norton show Facebook stuff all the time. I love watching that and seeing all of his interviews he does with that. So it's good to see him getting in
channel. I love Graham Norton, so that gave me an extra little boost to it as well when I saw that in the trailer. So I don't know. We'll find out who's right and who's wrong. Yeah,
it'll trend at least #1 for what, a couple days, maybe a week.
I'll give it the weekend. Yeah.
So first, let us know what the rant would be, Squirrel Boy. Squirrel Boy wants to redeem a rant, but he wants it from Vader instead of Super Hoovian since she's not here. So first, he has to let us know what the rant's going to be, and then I'll say yes or no. I don't want you to waste your points. He's waiting for a prime moment to trigger, he says in the chat room. So
okay, so he's all right. So there might be a rant coming. I don't know. We'll see. Let me keep drinking my peanut butter root beer.
Beacon did say that Semi-Pro had its moments, and he said, which is what you can say about most of his movies, but Talladega Nights is flawless.
Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, the first Anchorman.
The first
Yeah,
Anchorman.
don't mention the ice skating movie though.
Say nothing bad about the first Anchorman.
No,
Yeah.
no. Blades of Steel or Blades of Glory was freaking hilarious.
Oh,
Zoolander.
You had him. You had John Heder.
yeah,
You
but Will
got,
Ferrell
what's
was
it called? Will Arnett. Oh, come on, man.
Welcome to
That
All
was-
Things Nerd, where we just name off the movies that Will Ferrell was inside. was in.
Well, if we do the good ones, then it will be a much smaller show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
we were just talking about live
Other guys, just saying.
Yeah, don't see that last movie that he was just in that made it look like it was a comedy, but it was not at all. Where
What
it
was that?
The Avalanche. Who is it that the other actress? I think it's Julie Louis-Dreyfus is his wife, and an avalanche starts coming towards the family, and he runs away, and then they start
Downhill.
Yeah, that apparently was no good. Like there was no laughs in it at all. It was a full serious movie and very just ugh. So I've heard.
Yeah, so I can't see Will Ferrell doing a serious movie, so I might need to watch that for 5 minutes just to maybe that'll get me to watch another show from Netflix. Then I don't know, maybe watch something that horrible. Maybe it'll give me the good of the other one. I don't know. Check out Eurovision.
Squirrel Boy Nemo wants to know if I get a new office every week. No, I just got a backdrop. That's what happened this week. So
He just put up a sheet.
Yep, exactly. A shower curtain, actually.
Oh, upgrade! It slides. It's waterproof. It's good.
And then the child is just peeking out. So
He has a name. We don't know it, but he has
we don't
a
know
name.
it, but he has a
Yoda.
name. Somebody knows the name. So
Yoda.
it's audio. It's gonna be a backwards of Yoda. Audio. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
boy.
All right, let's get into the big portion of the show. That's the nerd news.
There you go.
First portion of the nerd news is we want to do over to 2020, but we're not going to get one. So San Diego Comic-Con's doing the next best thing that they can for us. And since they had to cancel Comic-Con this year, they're giving it to everybody. Everybody gets to go to San Diego Comic-Con at home this year. They announced earlier in the year that they were going to be doing internet things for Comic-Con, but there wasn't too much excitement with it because they did some internet panels with WonderCon, and it was kind of the lame panels that they put together. Well, this time they're talking about that they're bringing it all. They're going to have the biggest moments from Comic-Con at home to watch. They showed details for an initiative in the works, Comic-Con at Home, an online event that will combine aspects of the convention experience with the comforts of home. Circumstances involving COVID-19 pandemic and California's restrictions against large gatherings have forced SDCC to cancel. Where is it at? Although Comic-Con will provide badges for fans to print and wear proudly, so everybody gets a badge that you can wear. All aspects of the initiative are free, and there are no limits to how many can attend. For the first time in their 50-year history, they are happy to welcome virtually anyone from around the globe. Through stay-at-home conditions make this a very difficult time, we see this as an opportunity to spread some joys and strengthen our sense of community. It'll take place the same dates, July 22nd through July 26th of this year. They will have a masquerade, which I think will be very interesting to watch people dressing up at home and seeing what their backdrops look like. Gaming, many other activities in which fans can participate from their own homes. They are going to have exclusive panels and presentations about comics, gaming, television, film, and a wide variety of topics from publishers, studios, and more. So they sound like they're going to go big with it, but I want to know what your guys' opinions and thoughts were of getting San Diego Comic-Con at home, and if you're going to actually watch or be a part of it.
It's cool that they're going to offer this. Just gives people, because some people, they live for this thing. As a wrestling fan, we live for WrestleMania. This year, I was supposed to go to Tampa. I'm supposed to be at WrestleMania. Got canceled. Couldn't go to Florida. It just sucked. But the fact that we still got to at least watch the event on the network and still go through that, still made up for a little bit. So this gives you opportunity for those who this has been their yearly ritual and annual trip for years, if not decades. But this is going to be their opportunity to go, and now they can't, or they can't go, or they've never been able to, but now they get the opportunity to. it just opens it up for the possibilities of people to be able to enjoy the content in a different fashion. I think that's cool. I think it's, kudos to them for even offering it. I think it's gonna be different. It's, to be honest with you, sitting at home with all the content I already have to watch throughout the week, I may check in for a little bit to kind of see what's going on, but I can't see myself sitting in front of a computer for the entire day watching the event.
Vader?
Well, I can tell you that if you're going to do that, Bearded Master, you will probably be like in a Zoom waiting room, waiting for them to accept you in. Kudos, and like Beacon said, kudos to Comic-Con for doing this. They're trying to make something out of shit. That's literally what they're doing, which is good. I love the fact that they are trying to do something. However, and this is just being perfectly blunt, being that I've been to several, at least enough to say that I've gone through it enough. It's going to be something that you get to experience, but it's not really Comic-Con. I mean, you guys freaking sleep outside to go into Hall H, right? And then you go to watch these things in Hall H, and they're going to have all this stuff going on. They're going to have panels and everything, but you don't get that feel of, hey, here's Avengers 5, and everyone starts cheering and starts screaming really loud. You don't get that with staying at home. Some people might, because they'll have probably 10 people and breaking COVID laws, but whatever. And then you got the actual, like, I think some of the reasons why you go there, to me, I think the main reasons to go there, because I won't overnight to go into a panel, is I want to see all the cool stuff that they're showing off on the hall. I want to see all the cool cosplay. I want to buy some cool stuff. I got some cool art last year. I'm going to contact the person who's the artist and see if I can get some more. I want to see that stuff, and you're not going to get that from Comic-Con. And you announcing that they're going to have a masquerade, I'm going to tell you right now, that's unfortunately going to go really wrong, because I know someone's going to take advantage of that, and you're going to see something you don't want to see. All right? So you don't get to go to Taco Bell for their 25th anniversary, You don't get any of that cool stuff. I mean, once again, though, it's kudos to them, though, because they're trying. I mean, and that's good, because they don't even have to do that. I'm still up here because I've got tickets to Celebration. Still haven't heard anything about that yet. It's driving me insane that I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to Celebration. And even if I do get to go, what's it going to be like?
It's probably going to
get
canceled, but
I have to wear it. I'm going to wear my Darth Vader mask and put a carbon filter on the inside just to be safe. I don't know.
Beacon in the chat room says, very smart move. They will get so much positive publicity and likely get that much more people coming to live events in the future. No, I don't want that much more people coming to live San Diego Comic-Con events. Stay away. You're already buying all the tickets up as it is. He says a way to tap into new markets.
But now hold on a sec. Is it really going to tap into new markets though? Because let's look at this for a second. All of us at one point or another since COVID's happened has been on any type of a Zoom meeting or a Google meeting, or whatever the heck platform you use. Is it good? I mean, you have 10 people in a Zoom meeting, and how many people get frozen, get kicked out?
I mean, to add to that, I just came straight from you weren't on yet, but in the pre-production, I came straight from a multiple hour Zoom call from my other show, and we had up to 14 people in there at one time, and no issues, no lag, no freezing, no anything like that. And I've had them bigger than that. So you got to remember that they do this with over 100 people already for different capacities as far as meetings go, classrooms. So that isn't as much of an issue as you think. When it comes down to like the reason why that stuff happens, it's because people have crappy internet service. They get better production of your own stuff, and then it would be better.
But this is where I throw it back to you. Hundreds of people, got it. Okay, this is going global, so that means anyone who's ever wanted to go see what a panel is like at Comic-Con live is going to be able to see it. It's safe to say there's going to be possibly up to 1 million, if not 2 million people at one time trying to look at it. I mean, that's what's going to probably end up happening. There's a shitload of people out there that want to go to Comic-Con or do go to Comic-Con and want to see this. Are the servers really ready for that? I mean, how many times have we heard something come out and say, hey, it's now, and all of a sudden the entire thing crashed because of how many people wanted to do it?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
We just, I know Mass was there. I know I was. online on May 4th. You know, Disney alone, and everyone expects this day to be as big as it is for months because they know it's May the 4th, and their servers still can't hold it. So I do think there absolutely probably is going to be some lag there. But as far as what VCon was saying, as far as like open up to a new market, absolutely, because they can do other stuff on here. They can still sell merch. They can still do other things. It's the internet is there. It's going to be used in a way it's going to advance the industry. They can absolutely, because next year, if this goes well, next year they can have us be there live, and then they can offer subscriptions to watch it at home as well. But you pay for it next year because you have the opportunity to go. Where this year you don't have any other opportunity to be there. So now they're going to do give you one. Next year they're going to take it back.
BCon, it's not really Comic-Con, but it's better than straight canceling. They are doing what they can, actually trying to do something live. Is a lawsuit waiting to happen. Well said, Masonic Vader. I've never been to any convention, Squirrel Boy said. He said he got fired from his job before quarantine and haven't been on a single Zoom meeting. So way to bring Squirrel Boy down. Good job, Vader. It's just so mean. Cannon Fodder's been to Comic-Con once. BCon, dude, they could put on conventions in multiple locations at the same time. And he's been on Zooms with literally 30,000 plus people with zero issues. He says it's lag on your end if it's an issue. Ruru says they should partner and host it on Twitch. Kat Sedal says you do have to understand there is other networks that will probably help stream this. IGN, Spike TV, and Sci-Fi have done it previously. Yeah, I would probably. And Squirrel Boy, Comic-Con's going to be murdered. They're going to have a full-fledged David Schwimmer takeover, and non-nerds are going to corrupt it. Comic-Con will go the way of G4, and Rouge is like BlizzCon. Comic-Con is going to become a Ninja Warrior spin-off. So that's what we're getting in the chat room. Go ahead and say what you're going to say, Masonic.
Well, I was about to say, some people are saying that Comic-Con's going to die. Comic-Con's not going to die as long as the industry is doing what they're doing right now, and the focus with movies and a resurgence in the sense of a lot of these types of platforms. It's always going to be there. And Squirrel Boy, I'm not trying to downplay or make you feel bad about it. You're just not going to be able to experience a lot of like it's not great all the time. Like seriously, who wants to wait in line for an hour to go into a room where it's freaking 85 degrees, you're wearing a costume and it smells like the funk of 40,000, latex suits.
Now you haven't been into Hall H. Hall H, that describes room BCF.
Yeah. Hall H is completely different because they control how many people go in. But the main part of Comic-Con, the big hall where they sell stuff, where people dress up, honestly, it's crowded. It's really cool. And after so much time, though, it does get kind of like you get worn out. I mean, I remember walking 15 miles last year with my kid. So but it does take away from the fact that you won't be able to experience that and to actually feel that, because it is fun at first and then it gets a little worn out, but then you go buy stuff and you feel rejuvenized again and you get to see all the cool stuff.
Going on sale right now. Yeah. There's been stuff that's been popping up that was going to be Comic-Con exclusives that's now going on sale now online. So Cannon Fodder said E3 is dead and now Comic-Con is dying. E3 is dying because all of the big companies are pulling out. Comic-Con's still alive as long as Hollywood is part of it. The second that Hollywood pulls out of Comic-Con and is no longer part of it, and it just comes back to being just a comic book convention, yes, it'll still be going on, but it'll drop drastically in the amount of people that are going to it. It'll go back to being just for comic book fans. So it won't be the pop culture phenomenon it is now.
Well, case in point, last year Comic-Con was really popular, and Marvel didn't show up last year, right? Or Star Wars, if I'm not mistaken.
Marvel was there last year.
Who was it? Who was one of the big with Star Wars or someone big did not?
Going to be there this year.
Warner Brothers wasn't there.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, one of the big players weren't there last year, and it did just fine. I mean, there's so many genres that support that now. Going from the U.S. grant, just doing comic books to now to where it is now, it's going to be fine. There's always going to be a need for Comic-Con. It's just a matter of how that need evolves itself, how it changes itself, because it will eventually change to something new.
I'm sorry, the chat rooms. Jack wanted to know if that was your college band, the Funk of Latex Suits. And Squirrel Boy Nemo said latex butt sweat would be a good band name.
There you go.
Playing Coachella, but that just got canceled. So unfortunately, can't watch Latex Butt Sweat.
But maybe they'll be at Eurovision.
No. They're playing in Barstow for the openers of Bill and Ted for 20 minutes or $20 tacos.
Yeah, and half those people are there for the $20 tacos. Yeah.
Rutu says turn into an anime convention of comic books doesn't sell. You already have the anime convention that happens a month before that. So Anime Expo. You don't need to turn Comic-Con's kind of a mixture of anime and other things. So all right. Yeah, all I know is if I am gonna watch this, I'm camping out outside my house every morning and then I'll come in to watch and give myself the Comic-Con experience as much as I possibly can.
Should I go up to your place, act like a homeless person, and ask for some money?
The homeless people don't bother us when we're camping out. That's the funny thing. So
That's true, but it's still that's perception out there, you know.
yeah. So yeah, I have to go like 3 days with no sleep, and I don't know.
This is Mess 5150 coming to you live from Comic-Con in my backyard.
Exactly. How are we going to do our live show from Hall H? Which is funny because me watching it could be a Hall H because my last name's Hall, so I could still be live from Hall H. But
I don't know. I'm kind of bummed. This was a year I was going to actually try to camp out one of those nights with you guys, or at least stay one night. You know, since
this was going to be my first year. And I was already planning for all of that, and I don't get to do any of it now.
And there's where Cannon Fodder brings. I was waiting for somebody to finally bring it up before I move on to the next big subject. Cannon Fodder brings up if Hollywood feels that it's easier for them to do things online, then they will pull out from Comic-Con. That's my fear. If this does go really well and it's easier overall, this could be what ends up killing Comic-Con the way that we know it, because they'll just be like, well, screw it. We can do it online from here on out. So
you know what? Yes and no. I think what will end up happening, not to drag on this, but I mean, this is the topic, this is the nerd news. I don't think they'll abandon it. I think they have to keep with it because, you know, fans get something out of it. Like, I've never been to an Hall H, but when I've seen the videos you've done or when I've seen other videos, and like, let's go back all the way to when they announced the first Avengers and they rolled out everyone who was playing each character. Man, the craziness that was involved in that, or when they did a Star Wars thing, I mean, that's something you can't get online. You can't do that, and people thrive for that. That's why you guys freaking sit outside on concrete overnight to wait to get into this room, and then can't go to the bathroom but maybe once without losing your spot. I mean, there's a lot of things you guys do to sacrifice to get into Hall H to be able to see these special things before everyone else does. So I don't see them ever getting rid of that scenario. I think that's where they keep to their fan base. That's where they keep to the fans, and then continue what they're doing here. They might find ways to make the internet better for them to get out to them, but there's no way they can walk away from Comic-Con because that's where the core group of their fan base is. And if they do that, that will start pushing people away from them. Yeah.
Squirrel Boy's going to come camp in my yard for no reason, just other than to be creepy.
He's gonna sit up in the trees and throw acorns at you.
And
for winter.
Jack says Hollywood screws everyone and everything, but Disney is getting ready to take over and make Hollywood take sloppy seconds. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's move on. Big subject came out yesterday. 59-minute video. Lots of things were shown. Lots and lots of things. Sony showed off the PS5 for the first time, and
59-minute video with a 35-second reveal.
Yeah, of the look of it. But there was a lot of stuff being shown in the video. Mainly the different ways that they can make their triangle, cross, because remember it's a cross, not an X, circle, square logo. In different CGI formats, because there was a lot of that. A lot of transitions of different little cartoons of them making that logo. But beyond that, lots of trailers and the look of the actual thing. So we're going to go through this really quick and talk about some of the stuff. So they opened up first on this whole presentation with Grand Theft Auto 5, because Grand Theft Auto has been on all the PlayStations. Not Grand Theft Auto 6, they're just going to give you a remastered, expanded, or enhanced, not remastered, enhanced edition of Grand Theft Auto 5 when you purchase the PlayStation 5. And up until then, if you have Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation 4, you get $1 million GTA cash, not actual real cash, every week up until its release. First, quick reactions. What do you guys think about them?
Well, I guess I gotta load my GTA back on my thing so I can start earning some money on there. I haven't played it that much. And by the way, that sucks balls. I'm sorry. You're coming out with a new platform and you're gonna re-release an old game right off the bat. What the F, man? That's like watching Johnny Knoxville do Bad Grandpa. You know, it's an old guy, but there's a young guy inside there. I mean, seriously, it's like a reverse Johnny Knoxville. Fucking A. Give us new shit. Don't bring out the stuff that looks like it just came out of the damn spaceship and give us GTA 5. I mean, thank God it's not GTA 4. How about that?
Squirrel Boy Nemo. 59 made a video to show a router in a white trench coat. Cannon Fodder said Sony and Alien had a baby, and Squirrel Boy Nemo said, "Yay, the PS5 gives you what you can do on the PC." And Cats, they are milking it due to GTA Online. Yes, that's exactly it. GTA 5 is still really popular, but how old is the game now? It's what, like 6 years old?
At least now it makes sense why I keep seeing those damn memes about Rockstar milking GTA. I wasn't picking it up until I saw that video, and then we just kind of put two and two together just right now. So, yeah, the peanut butter's kicked in.
I'm just waiting for GTA 6. That needs to come out at some point. I know they're working on it. They're trying to keep it under wraps. Did you think anything about seeing that first, Bearded?
I mean, at first I thought, I was like, when I opened it and it says that, my thoughts were, am I watching the right clip? Because that's an old game. I really went back in and out of the thing, and I'm like, okay. Nope. I guess nope. This is the new stuff. This is new content. It's old game, but this is the actual video we're watching. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I haven't played GTA forever, but it looks clean. Looks good. Not necessarily like, oh, I'm gonna get PS5 just because of GTA. So that's not really. They didn't really do that for me.
Exactly. Okay. So everything from here on out, that was just the thing that did, and then everything was actually shown from the PS5 video from if you were playing it on the game. First, we got Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yes.
It looks good, but it looks like Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man game, just Miles Morales.
So I just made a comment that GTA obviously didn't do it for me to, buy PS5. Miles Morales did. Reason being is that Spider-Man came out only for PlayStation, and it didn't come out from Xbox. I haven't bought an Xbox or PlayStation since PS2. That's how long my Sony gaming has gone back. I've been solely Xbox, and that's where I play. And the fact that there's no baseball games for Xbox, and that the Spider-Man game that came out for PS4 was amazing, looked amazing, and I wanted to play it so much, but I couldn't. And now Miles Morales has got a game, and it looks just as amazing. That was enough for me to sit there and say, I will be getting a PS5 because I want to play Spider-Man.
It looks amazing. Spider-Man.
It does look great. Chat room's going crazy right now. Yes, please, Miles, all the way. Sony planned it right with Spider-Man, especially what's going on in the world, having Miles Morales, front and center. I
didn't really think that. This game was made over the last year and a half, not the last 6 weeks.
So what you're saying is Sony secretly planted the riots. All right.
And then that's what that's what I thought too. Ruutu says it looks like an expansion, not a full game. So I was wondering if it was going to be an expansion for the Spider-Man game, but
no, it's a whole new game.
No, it's a full game, but it does look like it could have been an expansion from from the other. Because when you look at the game,
I was reading afterwards because I wanted to know more about it. And that it is because you can use Miles Morales sporadically during the Spider-Man game. And there is some story there with Parker and him as a mentor. So this is going to kind of be like the sequel to the Spider-Man game, but based on Morales rather than Peter Parker.
Kat said in the chat room, Insomniac confirmed that it is a full game. So, are you going to say something, Vader?
No, I was about to say, when you look at the gameplay of it and everything, it has that hint of the Spider-Verse too. Like you can see some of the colors coming through of it, and I really dug that. That was awesome. I like how they're not ditching that movie; they're actually throwing it into the mix. And
Well, you got to remember, Spider-Verse 2 comes out in the next year and a half.
yeah,
Cannon Fodder beat me to my joke for later. We're going to talk about the reveal. Did SpaceX design the PS5?
I mean, whatever you get.
wait, didn't I already say something that came out of the spaceship already?
I'm pretty sure, like, they took this out of the Tesla that took them, the astronauts, to the shuttle, and they just pulled this out and said, "All right, here's your PS5."
Okay, moving on.
The
To the next
PS5
game.
looks like it's actually wearing one of their suits. It's
Exactly.
cool. It's got its own little spacesuit. It's
I'm
awesome.
pretty sure SpaceX wanted the shuttle and the shuttle tower to look like PS5.
That would have
before
been
they took off
awesome.
into space.
It was
Actually,
designed
you
by
know what?
Netgear, is what
I'm gonna
Reese's
tell you
said.
what happened, man. You know everyone's talking about that sparkly dinosaur in the cockpit, dude. That was last second because those fools wanted to take a PS5 up there and play some PS5 up in the space station, but no, they had to kick it out and put the sparkly dinosaur in there.
Okay, next game, GTA 7, and it's getting a campaign mode. All I put is looks amazing. I'm sorry, GTA.
Did you say GTA 7?
No, I'm not sorry. No, sorry, GT 7, Gran Turismo.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Threw me off for a second.
Sorry,
Like,
and it's getting.
they love 5 so much that they're gonna skip 6 and go to 7. All right.
Sorry, GT 7, Gran Turismo 7, and it's getting a campaign mode.
Okay. I don't think I played a Turismo game in like 20 years, so cool.
That's exactly what my
Gameplay
wife said when we're watching it, and she's like, "Look at Gran Turismo's still around." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's."
I think the last Turismo game that I had was actually like the back when they came with like the multi-pack on like a sampler game.
Wasn't that the one where you could have got Clint Eastwood as a skin? Get off my lawn.
That's Gran Torino.
I will tell you the gameplay looked good, which is awesome. But like Bearded Master, I don't know. Driving games just don't do it for me anymore. It just
But it's
doesn't
got
have
a
that
campaign mode this time, so you know.
Ooh. So NASCAR has a season mode. Is that what it is? That's Gran Turismo's that's their campaign mode.
Maybe it'll be like the sports games where they go out and get some real actors and do some some motion capture, and there'll be some story, and you'll be the driver. And I don't know. Cannon Fodder says Forza is better. Moving on. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I'm sorry, this looks freaking awesome. I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game, but the things that they said that they're able to do, I've never played one. one.
What?
But the teleporting through the rifts, being able to ray trace reflection on Clank, it's so clean on the jump, on how quick all this stuff is. It looks phenomenal. What'd you guys think of it?
That's all you could say. That's all you can say.
It looks amazing.
You've never played it.
I've never played one. Mainly because I went so far before playing one that now I feel like I get lost in the story if I just jumped in the middle.
That's an excuse. That's an excuse.
Well, if the PS5 is 100% reverse compatible, I'll play.
It looks awesome. I like the fact that they brought one of the classics that has stood the test of time.
Not
it's
only
not
that,
one of those games where. No, go ahead.
This game just looks so fun to play. Ratchet & Clank's always been a fun game. It's just one of those cartoon characters that was fun, like Crash and Ratchet, and there was just some characters that because of like cartoonish characters, they held up. And with the updates and the upgrades that they made to this game, it just makes it a game that you can just sit there and have fun playing for hours. And that's what I liked about the Ratchet & Clank trailer.
You know what I also like about it too is that now it gets its upgrade, but it's one of those franchises that does not need to put a series out every year to keep itself relevant. I think 3 different Ratchet and Clank games I think is what they've had before. I may be off, but they haven't had as many as like Final Fantasy 18 or wherever they're at now and stuff, or GTA 5 and all the side games they've done with it. I mean, they've literally only had so many of them, and yet they're still relevant, and it looks so phenomenal. Like, I can't wait to play that game.
Yeah, it looks really, and that's Julia, my wife. I'm writing down notes, and she's like, and I wrote down the ray tracing and the jumping through the rifts, and she's like, a whole new arsenal of weapons. I'm like, oh, that's always with the Ratchet and Clank game. It's always new weapons. That's one of the big things that you look forward to, is what new crazy guns are they going to have this time, or weapons they're going to have for the Ratchet and Clank games. I know of them, I just haven't played them. So
I wonder if Ratchet and Clank was the thought or the beginning of maybe Rocket the Raccoon, or vice versa.
It's fun. Yeah, I could see somebody playing the game and being like, this is how Rocket should be in a movie. So.
Deep Thoughts by Masonic Vader.
All right. Then we got a trailer for Project Athia, which is like a fantasy game that looks crazy. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, I was having a hard. I was kind of fat. I couldn't watch the whole thing. First of all, I was really fast forwarding.
I fast forward. Like, once I got a couple seconds in each game, I was like, "Yeah, this doesn't look like a game I would play, or it doesn't catch me interest to play." So I'm just gonna fast forward through this hour and 15-minute trailer or video.
Yeah, I totally wanted to watch the whole hour and 15 minutes, but after they started off with GTA 5, I decided to start fast forwarding. No, the graphics look awesome. Once again, I think a lot of times this is just to show off the different styles of gameplay you could do. It's not going to be a game I'm going to want to play, but it looked cool.
They're already naming GTA 8 GTA Ocho once it comes out.
Now GTA V Ocho, and you have voice work from you got what the hell is his name?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. If it's on the Ocho, if it's on the Ocho, it's almost a sport. Oh my gosh! Could you imagine that GTA the Ocho?
So,
that would be phenomenal.
The game that you fast forwarded, the trailer you fast forwarded, Jason Bateman is what Rutu said.
Bateman, there it is. I was like, I knew it was Jason, but
the trailer you guys fast forwarded past was the Square Enix trailer. Of all trailers to fast forward, you go past the Square Enix. Okay, I see how it is. Square Enix makes amazing games, and this is going to probably be amazing too.
They do, but look, man, they do, but it's an hour and 15 minutes of watching their logo how many times and watching these different games. All right, I can only watch so much before I'm going to get pissed because I can't play any of them until the damn thing comes out.
And I was watching all of this while trying to catch up on the week's wrestling episodes as well.
I get it.
Yeah, exactly. We have wrestling too. Damn it. Hey, can we go back and talk about GTA the Ocho, man? Because that's seriously.
Can we talk about how we actually had homework assignments? We had to watch like a long ass video trailer.
All these games are supposed to come out next year, I thought, because Rutu says, "Don't worry, that SC game won't come out for another 10 years. It's going to just keep getting delayed, like everything else." So, all right. Did you guys watch the trailer for Stray?
For what?
I did. The cat one, yeah.
The cat courier in the robot world.
Yes.
Yeah, they finally figured out how to tap into a new type of genre or fan base. People with cats.
In a robot world, there's no humans left, and this is the last cat. Is that what the story's going to be?
I don't know. All I know is that there's a cat wandering around and stuff, and I'm just thinking, wow, there's a lot of people that own cats that are going to be loving this game.
Okay, what about Returnal?
Super Hoovian's going to be buying this game.
I felt like that game was a game that they're like, we're going to try to make this as futuristic as possible, and we're going to show all these cool graphics we can put on here. So this is what we're going to do. And then I was like, yeah, fast forwarding now.
I wonder if it's going to be like where you got to keep the cat alive like that. Freaking!
I don't need to see the interior of the cat.
Okay, this was a theme with this because of two games. What did you see? Did you watch the one for Returnal?
Yes.
You crash land on an alien planet, you keep redying, and the planet keeps changing. So it's Groundhog's Day in space.
Good times. I'm waiting for them to have Thanos throw a moon at him and change it up. That's when that happens. I'll get it. I want the Thanos ending.
Sackboy, Big Adventure. I love the Little Big Planet games. So
yeah.
That's just me.
Like,
all right. Destruction All Stars, which looks okay. Did you guys watch the Destruction All Stars trailer for the Demolition Derby? Okay. tell me that the luchador doesn't look like gamer wrestler.
Oh,
Okay,
Xavier Woods.
It looks like Xavier wearing a freaking luchador
It
costume.
probably is. Well, no, and he's got that much influence in the gaming world. It probably is him.
I mean, he ain't doing anything else right now.
Yeah, he's kind of got like a bum Achilles still. So, yeah, it looks cool. It looks really cool. I like those crash 'em up games.
Rurutu says, "What if the cat had a BB inside his backpack and he can see ghosts?"
Wonderful. Oh my gosh,
wonderful.
Maybe it's an old Keanu Reeves movie, but in pets. It's Johnny Mnemonic.
It's Scanner Darkly.
Yeah, it's not. It's now cat mnemonic or something like that. I don't know. It's a carrier.
Right. Yeah, Destruction All Stars just looks like another the soccer game with the cars, but just I
hope they actually have a scene where someone crashes and all of a sudden the body flies out of the windshield. That would be sick. You got a PS5, do it.
Well, you apparently can run around and attack the cars. So I think after your car is destroyed, you've got to run around until somebody runs you over. Is what it looked like in the trailer. So I don't know.
So hear me out on this. I think we can come up with an idea. We could do the same kind of game, except when the guy gets ran over, we kind of put in some of that Sniper 4 game. Where they slow-mo it when you headshot somebody so the bullet comes out and you see it all X-ray. Let's do that with someone getting ran over by a car. That would be phenomenal.
Okay. Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. The guy talking on it sounded like Ken Watanabe. Asian fantasy game. Uses cute creatures to solve puzzles. You're destroying the darkness.
Yeah, I think I have that on my phone.
Okay.
I think the only other game I was excited about was Resident Evil.
Well, what about Goodbye Volcano High, where it's weird dino people drawings? It looks like the new type of furry.
Yeah, I'm a pass.
That's a scaly.
Yeah, get a pass on that one. That looks. Yeah.
A new Oddworld game. People really love Oddworld. So
yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Like I watched that whole trailer and I was like,
and this one looks really dark. So yeah, we finally got. So E3, we got the trailer for this last year, I believe it was Ghostwire Tokyo. We actually got gameplay for the first time. It's a first-person shooter. Looked kind of cool.
So the thing about this game, because like PS5 is supposed to have like virtual reality games to it too. Like so I've read like with Iron Man game coming out. Like I feel like if they do that, like this game would be perfect for that. Just the way the shooting or the hand motions and stuff like that. I feel like that would be perfect for like a VR adaptation.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I mean, it's all like karate moves. In it. So
yeah, and that's like it looked like it was taking an awfully lot for them to like kill somebody.
Yeah,
it was like okay, you're gonna karate chop them 45 times for them.
It's just another first-person shooter, but with karate and ghosts and. The concept looked really cool at E3 on the trailer last year, but the gameplay, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna.
That was the only thing. Like the gameplay, watching the gameplay, that was like throwing me off, like to the point of
You know what's gonna be more? You know what's gonna be more fun is all the YouTube videos that come from the gameplay of people punching their screens or breaking shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That
Okay.
I will watch.
And they've gotten on to Assassin's Creed Valhalla into the chat room. They're not even talking about PS5 stuff anymore. All right. Jet the Far Shore was a weird ass black and white David Lynch looking game that looked like a world exploring game. I don't know. The Godfall didn't look very good to me compared to the other trailers. It looked more like a PS4 game.
Yep.
Third-person Destiny style game. Solar Ash, you surf black holes, weird acid trip, nightmare graphics. That's what I put on there.
You have so many different ways you go with that one, don't you?
Hitman 3, we're getting the conclusion to the trilogy. They just showed us
years later
scaling the building in Dubai. Another Astros game.
The guy doesn't age, man. He doesn't age. It's amazing.
Yeah. NBA 2K21. That was the lamest trailer to put into this thing.
You know
got
what?
Zion Williams thing.
Wait.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, at first I thought the same, but then if you look at it again, was that actually just Zion Williams, or was that actually like them putting like gameplay Zion
It was
Williams?
animation. No, it was animation. It wasn't
it was
gameplay.
Yeah.
It wasn't gameplay. It was just animation. It was an animated trailer. But that's my. He's like, you all ain't ready for this, and all it did was they just gave us a normal that they worked on. That's not going to be actual gameplay. Look there, and it's just Zion Williams dribbling a basketball.
Did I miss something? And NBA 2K is only going to be on PS5?
No.
Okay.
That's just what it's a big property, so they put it. That's what they put on there. Island of Bug Snacks. Nope, I'm out on that one. The drug trip weird game.
Beacon's got a good point.
What's that?
Like whether is NBA 2K doing something to honor Kobe on this game? If not, they can suck it.
I would assume that they are, but
I mean, like I would think like a Kobe challenge on there or something like that. You've seen in the past, like a couple years ago, a few years like 2011, 2010, or 2K11, they had like the Jordan thing, and they had like the Michael Jordan challenge on there and like that. I think they could add something on there. I think they had plenty of time to do so.
Maybe 2K. I think maybe, and call me crazy on this, I think 2K maybe is taking it easy on showing too much gameplay since their debaclement of WWE. That was their last game they produced out, and it was garbage.
Yeah, people hated it. Yeah, that could be.
I mean, to the point where they're no longer having a WWE 2K this year. So
yeah. So I think they maybe took it easy on this one.
Okay, we got the Demon Souls remastered trailer, and that looks freaking awesome. So the crispness of that looked great. So I might end up buying Demon Souls again. Deathloop actual gameplay. It's first-person shooter mixed with a time loop, and we actually had the trailer for it last year at E3. And this was just a little bit of a first-person. This looks like a fun game. I think Deathloop's going to be really a lot of fun.
Speak really quick, because I was wanting to ask this earlier and stuff. With the newer station, is the VR from the 4 going to be able to be compatible with the 5?
I'm assuming because of how much you got to spend for that VR unit, they're gonna make it compatible.
Yeah,
but we don't know yet. Resident Evil Village. Okay, go hit me, Mark. Hit me.
I don't know, man. I haven't played Resident Evil in a long time, and at first I was like, "What game is this?" Because I couldn't tell. And then I started seeing more and more of it, and I just kept drawing me in. And I thought I think it was a blend of animation and gameplay in this trailer, but I thought it looked fantastic, and it actually made me want to play a Resident Evil game again. I love the whole series, but it's been a while, so I'm looking forward to this, and I hope that it actually is a damn good gameplay and campaign throughout that story.
Squirrelboy Nemo wants to redeem a Vader rant on why he can't figure out how to unmute. No, I don't think that one will work.
Wait, hold on a second. I could do that for you. Hold on a second.
No, you're not gonna do a rant for 60 seconds on mute. That would be terrible podcasting.
Yeah.
NBA 2K20 was a debacle. Also says Kat Sadao. Beacon says yes, they should do Kobe 1-on-1 to unlock him, and you have to score 81 points on him to win.
Oh, snap.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
And Kat Sadao says yes, something more than just zombies in the game. Werewolves and witches is what you saw in the trailer.
Yep.
And that's definitely made for VR again after the last Resident Evil. So
I just can't believe Resident Evil's up to number 8. That's
it's been around for almost 23 years.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I think.
I mean, Final Fantasy's on what, like 15?
Yeah, the difference is Resident Evil made an impact through the first so many of them, but I think it got drowned out with the movies, and it just fell out. So I didn't realize that they made, like, the last major Resident Evil, like you, the last major game I played of Resident Evil series was number 3. The movies kind of took over for me a little bit, but then those kind of got weird, and I quit watching those. Even though Mia is yes. Anyways, I didn't realize it got to number 8. I just did not realize it was number 8.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, there's trailer Pragmata with the spaceman in New York, and then they get sucked into the moon. It looked like the Final Fantasy video game at first, where they were like scanning the for the souls. Please tell me you guys watched that trailer.
Wait, which one?
Pragmata, the spaceman that's walking around in New York City.
Oh yeah.
It looked like
In
the
SpaceX uniform.
yeah, and then the little girl that was like a tech genie or something, and it just looked like Spirits Within Final Fantasy, like what they do to scan the shadows.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like she saw space people.
I don't know. It looks weird. I don't know what it
M.
is.
Night Shyamalan doing a movie. There you go.
And then what Kat Sedal wanted to talk about, Horizon Forbidden West. We got the sequel to Horizon coming. It knew it was Horizon the second you saw the overgrown cities, and I'm talking about the old ones. But it looks, I don't know. What do you guys think of Horizon? How it looks? The sequel looks.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that the trailer just kind of lost me. I was like, I want to see a better trailer. Is what if I saw a different trailer or something a little bit better, then I would be more enticed to play this game. But from what I saw, it really didn't do anything for me to like want to look into it more often.
Yeah, especially because when they're showing all these new games, you're looking for gameplay, you're looking for appearance and everything like that. And when you're the last game, I've seen so many other really good-looking games and everything like that. I'm just kind of worn out at that point. And like Bearded Master said, man, that did not draw any attention to me of wanting to. That doesn't make me want to get a PS5 to play that game. You gotta show me more.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. The last thing they showed us was the unit, and the two units, the one that's discless and the one with the that will take discs. Hey, I said discless. Okay, I said it right.
It's a unit.
You're a 12-year-old boy. I'm sorry.
Well, like I said, the root beer is flowing.
What you guys think of the look of it? Let us know in the chat as well. I know you guys. That's what I thought. The first thing I saw it was it looked like the same designers of the SpaceX spacesuits made it. It looks clean. That's my wife sent me a picture of somebody putting a white binder around the PS4. It looked
now maybe I missed it, but maybe I missed it or something like that. But I always, like, up until I saw this, I always thought that the new PS5 was going to have some kind of like a U shape in it or something like that. Just kind of like
that was the dev unit, and that's what I thought was going to be shown. But then no, It was the dev unit that was that weird with all the vents everywhere. So that didn't end up actually being the final design.
Gotcha. Yeah, they definitely found enough leftover Stormtrooper scrap from their outfits to make this one. It looks good.
Did you have anything else about it?
No, I didn't have anything else on that one.
Okay. We have one last little thing to do, and I just want to. We'll just throw it at you guys to see if you can get frustrated or if you can find it. This is Somebody's Got to Talk About It.
We need to talk.
You talking to me?
Oh my God! Who told you?
Have you told anyone else about this?
What you talking about?
Look who's talking.
Somebody's got to talk about it.
Discless?
No, not
Is it
discless.
discless?
No, it's not. Somebody's got to talk about it is the weird, the odd, the strange stories that somebody's got to talk about. And this week it was people getting infuriated on the internet because of a picture. And let me get this picture up really quick for you.
Can I say I don't know how people got so infuriated by this and how they couldn't figure it out.
It's called cabin fever. We all have it at one point.
It's literally the first place I looked.
The picture is this picture, and there is a cat in there, and people have been getting infuriated trying to find it. I found it pretty quickly. So, and thank you, Kat Sedal, for the cheers in the chat room.
I found it.
You found it. Okay.
You know what? It just goes to tell you that people need to get the hell out of their house once in a while. Yeah.
So, the cat, if you don't know where it's at, look dead center in there. I just want to know if people get angry at this. underneath the TV, there's 2 paws sticking out. There's the cat. But people couldn't find him.
Oh, I bet you those are the type of people that are really going to love that cat game.
No, they're not. Those are the ones that are getting infuriated by it.
They're going to hide the cat. So, all right, we're going to play a game. Hide the cat.
It's the ones that can find it that are going to be all for it.
All right, that was it. We just need to talk about it because people couldn't find it and they were getting actually frustrated and angry about it. That's it. That's our cast for this week. Thank you guys for joining us on the cast. Thank you for all the subscriptions and the bits. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. Join us every Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on Twitch at twitch.tv/Malice Corp. I'm going to talk about where you guys can follow these other 2 people here on the cast with me. Bearded Master, where can people follow you outside this cast?
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at @beardedmaster, as well as on Instagram at boottotheface_ and on Twitter at boottotheface. Both of those with the number 2 in it.
Nice. And what about you, Masonic? Where can people follow you?
You can follow me, Masonic Vader, on Twitter, Masonic Vader 71 on the PlayStation Network. You'll probably check me out streaming this weekend some games, probably doing some of that Elite Dangerous, and then getting back to The Last of Us as we get ready for the new game to come up. And thank Cats once again for subscribing and giving us 100 cheers. We appreciate you, and hope to see you next week.
It'll be awesome. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at @mest_Malice Corp on Twitter or at Instagram at Mest5150. Come join us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/all things nerd podcast. It's a fun time. It's always going on. GIFs, memes, other stories that we're going to talk about, other channels that you can check out on Twitch, Cannon Fodder. And it's a lot of fun. You guys should come join us over there. That's it. That's this week's cast. Thank you so much. You guys keep nerding on, and we will see you next week.
Stay nerdy, peeps.